Passion. And is passion just attraction, or is also action? Well, let's have a look at definition of passion. You know, I studied Latin and Greek when we used to translate from Latin and Greek, and meaning of word is very important. So passion is a very strong feeling, capable of completely dominating a person. We say about, you know, blinded by passion and have a passion for someone. Well, you know, is passion something I can show you, I can transmit, I can demonstrate? Well, not so easy. So let's have a look again at passion as an attraction. And here I am, kissing a beautiful girl. Typical attraction, is it? Well, it's not what you think it is. Because in fact, this was an act repeated many times without any passion. It was totally fake. It was an ad I did the only time I was in front of a lens. And trust me, she was beautiful, but there was no passion. And yet, we think this is passion. However, let's have a look at it. Passion has a great interest. This is what the dictionary says. Well, you know, we have a passion for reading, we have a passion for sport, we have a passion for music, we have a passion for many things. We have a passion for painting. Well, you know, let's have a look at passion as an interest. And here I am, a young child, with a camera. You can see I was not even 5 years old with my brother, and already had a passion for moving images, and especially for lighting that moves and create emotion. And this is what I wanted to do, was to create passion in my images, in the film I worked, and using light to move people, not creating moving images. And, you know, this allowed me and made me participate in some amazing films, you know, Full Metal Jacket, 007, Harry Potter, Robin Hood, and so on. And I created this job, you know, this work, because of my passion. My passion was action. The difficulty is when I have to explain, even when I get interviewed, what this passion is. And how can I transmit this passion? Trust me, I can't, not even when I go on television. I just can't. How can I do that? So, you know, thinking I was supposed to study law, and I did for a few years with, you know, some exams as well. But, you know, it wasn't my passion. So, passion is a great interest. Well, let's have a look at it. Painting is his great passion. Let's have a look at one of my passion for painting. I painted this when I was 12 years old, and I won quite a big award and some money. And with that, I bought better brushes. You know, my family was very modest, and better colors, and a better camera, because remember, that was my big passion. And I was trying to transmit the passion of a ballerina when she dances and all this work behind it. But, you know, it wasn't enough. So what I did afterwards was trying to transmit the passion I see in the eyes of somebody, like in this case, or a passion, interior passion, a moment of passion. But, you know, even if you see me painting, you know, you don't see the passion. All you see is just a brush on canvas and, you know, dry painting, you know, painting that dries. So you might look at one of my paintings and you like it, you don't like it, but do you see the passion? Can I give you my passion? Well, let's try something else. Passion for motorcycles. This is something a lot of people will relate. And here it is, 1951, one of my very first Vespas. And, you know, I always had a great passion because of the changing of perfume and air and the sense of freedom and big skies, even on a little Vespa. And, you know, I've always been riding it very carefully and, well, most of the time. And, you know, then it changed and it became passion for bigger bikes, and now, obviously, Harley-Davidson, stereotypes, I'm sorry. And I actually asked the organizer of the theater to make a big entrance with my Harley, but they said, too noisy. You know, the theater won't like it. But it's no noise. Every time I turn it on, it's music. And here I am, you know, with another passion. There is obviously my family. Here's my daughter. And, you know, passion for writing. You know, I wrote many books in English and Italian, and some have been very successful, and I've been very lucky. In this case in particular, I had also the preface by Maurizio Costanzo, who passed away very recently. It was a great loss, not just for me, but for the entire, I would say, humanity. He was a great, great artist and creative. And he was very lucky, but trying to transmit what he meant, even when we went to the piazzas in Italy, in front of, you know, thousands of people sometimes, how could I transmit this passion? My daughter managed better than me even when we presented it in Parliament, trust me, and she got more compliments than I did, and that's a good thing. And remember, all my books, all the profits go to the Mayo Hospital for Very Sick Children, and it's very important for me. It's a passion to make something good for people. Passion for animals, big passion of mine. and I worked trying to rescue, many animals, especially marine animals. I have a professional scuba diver certificate for many years, and this allows me to work in certain operations that not many people are allowed. And here I am rescuing turtles that have been badly hurt, and baby whales and shark, and I have big passion for sharks. I love sharks. How can I show you this passion I have for sharks? Even if I show you a picture, well, you don't see my passion. Well, you think, this guy is crazy. Well, that's passion for you. It makes you crazy. Remember, dominates a person. And, passion for humans as well. I worked for 3 years as a paramedic, racing around London at night, and trying to rescue and help people. Unfortunately, quite a lot of times I didn't manage to do that because by the time I arrived, there was not much we could do. And believe me, I was arriving fast. Passion for motorbikes. Blues and tours in London, that doesn't, too bad at all. Passion for horses, that's another big passion of mine. And how can I explain and transmit to you what it means, flying on this beautiful animal, the closest thing you can be to really be an angel in heaven? I can't, But this passion allowed me to become what I am, the best horse-mounted cameraman in the world. Probably also because nobody else wants to do it. But, here I am. I created a career. Passion for martial arts, big passion of mine. I started when I was, 10 and carried on, young black belt. Here I am with the legend of Judo, Master Bruno Carmeni, supervising my son doing a tomonage. And the passion for kickboxing, a very big passion of mine. And, even if I show you something, like this, do you see passion? No. All you see is just gymnastics. This is not passion, okay? But believe me, it is. So passion when speaking and communicating. But all you see, even if you're a beautiful audience, is just an agitated guy. So how can I transmit this passion and how can I show you, make you feel passion in action? Well, maybe I can. I got goosebumps, and I'm sure you have. And this is the only time, and a mermaid is not there by chance, because, represented the passion that sailors had for, these kind of things that sometimes was their doom, dominates a person, remember? But music is the only time when, the witness actually can experience it and feel it. So, passion, how many types of passion do we have? Well, we have fundamentally two types of passions. We have obsessive passion, and we have harmonious passions. Obsessive passion is when passion is an excessive preoccupation with an activity, while harmonious passion is when there is a more balance, how can I say, more balance in healthy relationship with such activity. That's really what it is. So there's also a negative definition of passion. Passion when it's partiality, partisanship, and lack of judgment. He was blinded by passion. He was taken by passion. He couldn't judge things because of his passion. Or opposite, when we want to seem impartial, we say, well, above all passion. I say this without passion. Well, let's have a look at what really have passion for us. And instead of sympathies in judging what else, it means. And when it goes wrong, obsessive passion, what it becomes? Well, I'll tell you what it becomes, unfortunately. It becomes fanatism. I don't need any images to evoke what this means. Military fanatism or extremism, this is when passion goes wrong. So, and again, crime of passions. We have situations when we define passion of murder out of passion, crime passion, motive of passion, and so on. the crime was committed in the heat of the passion. Well, to be honest, this is a language that shouldn't really be used by a newspaper or anybody else, because, we had in our past, in our ordinament, penal code, estimated circumstances for the so-called honor killing, crime of passion, and, in the Rocco Code. And that really shouldn't be anymore. And, thank God, it was actually repealed in 1981, and we don't have these kind of provisions anymore. So let's not talk about, crime of passion as if passion can justify a violent act, especially against women. A violent act is a violent act, full stop. Leave passion out of the way. So harmonious passions, we have seen it in few occasions. That's what I feel, that's what I have. And, my passions have allowed me to get what I didn't think was possible, and so can you. But you have to put action. You end up high up. In my case, literally high up, really high up, because my passion for extreme sports, always gave me that adrenaline, that push, that motivation to go as high as I could. Literally sometimes, skiing or, in judo or deep or fast cars and motorbikes, in all sorts of ways. Always trying to find a different angle. And that was my passion did. It moved me. And this is what it should do to you. It's an action. This is what passion is. So, has brought me some big satisfaction in my career, and also, one of the biggest satisfaction of all, my knighthood, of which I'm very grateful to the Italians and my beautiful country. So passion helps to fulfill our needs, our desires. And, it's such a strong energy, and is a powerful force that allows us to give us purpose. This is what passion does. So these different type of passions, drive people to their different activities. And, in my case, so did. And there is one piece of good news, that you don't have to know what your passion is. But what you have to do is go and find it. That's very important. You have to go out and seek your passion if you don't know what it is. Because, you'll find it. Make sure you go on a journey to discover it. That's really, really important. And passion, as I said, is a strong force, and it gives you motivation. It motivated me to leave home and, go to a different country without not even speaking the language. And, it has a protective function. Yes, it does. When times are difficult, for instance, in my case, when I lost my dad a couple of years ago, it was a very difficult time for my family because of circumstances. It actually really helped because I went to my horses. And, my passion for horses kept me sane in that very sad moment. And, helps people who has mental, disorders, and it really helps passion in every sense. And it helps, because passion makes you do things sometimes, putting yourself in discussion, and yes, and also has some negative connotation because I'm out of breath, but made you laugh. So you see, passion is very powerful, and depending on the level that you can have, but it's important because it will push you to do all sorts of activities. And this is what being passionate about means. And there is one last thing that I want to say. Passion doesn't make you stupid. Well, made me a fool, a few seconds ago, but doesn't make you stupid. Why? Let me try to explain it. You have to do something because you estimate something will happen. Something very important. Okay, you use your brain. Use your rational part. And, it doesn't go the way you wanted it. Either because you overestimated it or you underestimated it. Well, you feel pretty stupid, don't you? But think about it. If you chose following your heart, well, you can always blame your passion, can you? Thank you so much. Marino De Angeli and Accio Gadin. I'm out of breath. Thank you.